Let's go down to the Mixolydian now. I'm just going to make the 5 the 1. So I'm still going to call the Mixolydian the absolute mode number 5 in my terminology, which might not, that's kind of a me thing, but I think it's practical. And that means that I know that it's the 5th of its related major scale, which is useful, but I'm going to make it the 1 when I think of the Mixolydian, which is going to be the G. So we're now on G Mixolydian, and remembering that it has one distinctive interval, that being the 7th, and that this Mixolydian is the one that you could kind of associate with the blues scale. And I think the blues kind of scale, especially in the major blues, is one of the more confusing things to think about because, again, people go after it from different perspectives. So you can, they think about it from different angles, which is cool because then you'll end up doing different things. And part of the problem with it is that you're kind of shifting between modes in essence. You're not exactly in one mode. You're kind of blurring the line. You're kind of doing a little bit of walk in there. It's kind of like if you're doing poetry and you're trying to basically make something that aligns perfectly to the meter that you are in. And that sounds good, but it sounds very structured. But then if you kind of walk it out, you go out of the lines a little bit and you twist it a little bit, then it's going to sound a little bit more wonky, which is actually kind of cool as long as you're still within the range. You don't go too far out. So the question is how wonky can you make it before it's too wonky? Similarly, if you're constructing a house or something like that, you want it to be structurally sound, but you might like that old-fashioned kind of look as though it's a cabin that's been there for ages and whatnot, and it looks a little wonky. The things aren't exactly straight. You don't got straight wood lines. You got crooked timbers in there, and you've got a fireplace that has rocks that are all jagged in there and whatnot, and it's like, that's weird. Why wouldn't you put bricks in it? And so on. And bricks would be cool, but the rocks are kind of nice because they're a little wonky. Is it structurally sound? Well, then it's cool. Then you're good to go. So that's similar here, right? So we've got the major 7, the 10 note away minor 7, which is what you would normally see in a minor scale, and then you can kind of add the major 7 as you walk in going home, and you also have the major 3rd, but you can kind of play with the minor 3rd and as a sliding tone to kind of give it, again, a little bit of wonk, a little bit outside the scale system. Remembering that when you're thinking about the major blues, people might think of it as like they're just going to take the pentatonic shape and then twist the note, which is so it twists into the major. So the C here might be twisted up basically, and the C here is going to be twisted up, which is interesting because then you can kind of think as though you're in like the same pentatonic shape here and then also back here, right? Or if you're in, I don't want to get into that, if you're in like a major, blues or something. But you can also think like you're in a major scale, and then you're just saying, I'm basically playing a major, in this case C major, but then I'm just adding the 7th, flattening the 7th. So people just say, okay, I'm kind of like in a major scale, but I'm flattening the 7th. Now you also have the problem of, well, what if I go from the 1 to the 4 to the 5? What you're really doing when you go to the 1 to the 4 to the 5 from a blues standpoint is you're actually shifting the entire, one way you could think of it, shifting the entire Mixolydian mode because the 4 and the 5, you're still playing the dominant 7, which is kind of, again, weird. That's a little wonky, right? Because normally it wouldn't fit in the 1, 4, 5, right? So you're doing all these things that are kind of outside the normal structure of the scale, which gives it, that feel kind of. And so you can think about that from different perspectives because, again, it doesn't exactly fit anywhere is the thing. But of course we can think of ourselves as in Mixolydian, which means that mode, of course, in it has the flat 7. So that's going to be the idea. Again, I'm playing in G Mixolydian because we're relating it to what I know best, which is the A minor scale, which is we can also think of as the C major relative to the C major scale. So that might not be the most popular blues, but for a major blues, but it gives you that reach. So if you can reach up here to this, on this part of the guitar, you'll be able to do it easier on this guitar part of the guitar. So I think it's a really good place to practice with. So that's the general idea. So the Mixolydian has a perfect first, a 2-note away major second, same as the major scale, 4-note away major third, a 5-note away perfect fourth, same as the major, 7-note away perfect fifth, 9-note away major sixth, and then of course that flattened 10-note away minor 7.